Well. The Cowboys didn't play today. So I got time to talk about some other things. And one of the things I want to talk about is Micah Parsons and the Green Bay Packers. Because there are people out there who keep trying to say that because of Micah Parsons, the Green Bay Packers have already punched their ticket to the Super Bowl. And while I think it's too early to really judge either way, but I can tell you this, so far, if we're all being honest with ourselves, the Micah Parsons trade has not had the impact on the Green Bay Packers nor the Dallas Cowboys that many people think it has had. Yeah, I'm about to tell you why Micah Parsons and the Green Bay Packers are overrated. Let's talk Cowboys. We're about to talk facts. Welcome, Cowboy fans and Cowboy haters alike. I'm the G, and I'm the host of Let's Talk Cowboys, where we talk facts. And if you like this video, don't forget at the end to please like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you know the next time we post another video or go live. And if you haven't become a channel member or subscriber yet, please do. We have a lot of great things coming this season. Now let's talk facts. Micah Parsons. Tell me anything you want to. Is Micah Parsons an elite pass rusher? Yes. Is he a great player? Yes. But I also think he's a little bit overrated. Because people are always trying to give him this legendary status, always trying to put him in this conversation with people, and I'm not dissing Micah Parsons, but it's too early to be having some of the conversations that people are having. And when you think about this Green Bay defense was good before Micah Parsons got there. They should be on steroids right now. But you know what the funny part is? The fact that people have mentioned, or let's not even call it the fact. Let me just say, people say that Micah Parsons eats on bad teams. Would anybody call the Arizona Cardinals a good team? Oh, they want to remind us that, hey, the Cowboys defense is terrible. Micah Parsons got 3 sacks, I believe it was, on the Arizona Cardinals, and how great Green Bay is. You know what I find to be strange? Yeah, the Green Bay Packers got a better record than us, but our defense absolutely stinks. But a lot of people don't realize our defense stunk last year with Micah Parsons before he got injured, and it stunk last year after we got Micah Parsons back. It just didn't stink as bad. Some of the same issues we're talking about now we were talking about last year. Did it look a little bit better? It was still bad. It just looked a little bit better bad. And Micah Parsons last year, he registered sacks against bad teams. And then everybody says, for the people who say, oh, the stats, and Brian Schottenheimer says shove those stats, and all the people who talk about stats this and stats this, stats that, and say stats have ruined the game. It's funny to me. When Micah Parsons registers zeros, all they do is run to the stats. You know what the even crazier part is? Micah Parsons is doing the same thing he did in Dallas. He's eating on bad teams. And we may have to rethink Carolina, because ever since Rico Dowdle has stepped into the lineup, Carolina don't look like such a bad team. And that loss we had to Carolina don't look so bad no more. Starting to make me wonder. Because I was one of the people that were advocating for Rico Dowdle last year, and I never understood why the Cowboys tried to do a running back committee with him and Ezekiel Elliott. Man, we got people, man, they say we love our guys, but they the main ones who love our guys, and they'll be talking all day long about players who we know are not the same. I don't know, maybe we should have kept Rico Dowdle, because I can tell you this, I think he's been the leading rusher in the league, for the last 4 weeks, 454 yards? Didn't tell the Green Bay Packers to buckle up, but maybe they should have buckled up, because he ran all through them too. But let me show you something about this thing with the Green Bay Packers, because people keep crowning them as the Super Bowl favorites. Let me show you something with the Green Bay Packers. I want you to look at the Green Bay Packers schedule. I think the Green Bay Packers are 5-2-1. Do y'all realize the Green Bay Packers actually have not played top-tier teams either? I mean, the Lions is a top-tier team, but they caught the Lions on week 1. The Lions had to accommodate for a brand new offensive coordinator, brand new defensive coordinator, but the Lions are starting to look like the Lions of last year. And I'm sorry, but the Green Bay Packers, we'll see what happens the rest of the season, but they're kind of looking like the Green Bay Packers of last year. Do y'all realize the Green Bay Packers, they beat the Washington Commanders? Everybody crowned them as a top 5 team. Now we know they're not a top 5 team. Do y'all realize the Green Bay Packers got beat by the Browns? The Browns is a bad team. They got beat by the Browns. Do y'all know our defense stinks? Our defense stinks. We put up 40 on the Green Bay Packers defense. Now our offense is great, and especially at home. We put up 40 points on the Green Bay Packers, and the sack that they gave Micah Parsons shouldn't have even been a sack. Do y'all realize the other team the Packers beat? They beat the Cincinnati Bengals. The Cincinnati Bengals didn't even have a quarterback that week. They beat the Arizona Cardinals. We're getting ready to play the Arizona Cardinals at home. The Green Bay Packers beat the Arizona Cardinals 27-23. The Pittsburgh Steelers spent all that money on defense. And you know what we realized about the Pittsburgh Steelers? Pittsburgh Steelers defense is not good. And the coach is in hot water over there too. And then they got beat by the Carolina Panthers. And maybe the Carolina Panthers are not quite as bad as we thought they were. Do y'all realize the Green Bay Packers, they got beat by the Browns, beat by the Panthers at home. They got beat by the Panthers at home. And the Cowboys put 40 up on them? They're Super Bowl bound? That trade, it put them over the top. Y'all sure about that? I mean, we got people in the Dallas media. I mean, every time they get the opportunity, they want to remind the Dallas Cowboy fans how dumb the Dallas Cowboys are and how the Cowboys should have kept Micah Parsons and the defense would look better. How much better? Because I remember this defense with Micah Parsons here last year before he got hurt, and we were getting mollywopped. I remember this defense after Micah Parsons came back, and our team was getting mollywopped. Not blaming that all on Micah Parsons, but I think we got to be in reality. We are in love with the sack. But the reality is Micah Parsons, yes, he's an elite pass rusher, but he's not an elite defensive end. Yeah, I don't care who that makes me. But it's strange to me. And I guarantee you, it's funny to me because those people on X and some of the media members have been saying, we're going to cover Micah Parsons all we want to because the Cowboys traded him and they traded away a player and he's now with the Green Bay Packers and he's having all this success and we're going to show it because he's a successful player. Where y'all at now? I'm waiting on you. I'm waiting on you now. Because it's funny to me how when we start really getting in breaking down the facts, and then you start breaking down the facts, don't nobody want to break down the facts. I can remember Micah Parsons, if I'm not mistaken, Micah Parsons, I think against the Detroit Lions. I think Micah Parsons in this game, I think he registered 1 sack. Let me see if I'm right. Micah Parsons in this game didn't play a full game. He got 1 sack. Oh, I'm sorry. And I know he got 1 sack. Yeah, he got 1 sack and 1 tackle. Somebody says, yeah, but he didn't play the whole. And then we look at Micah Parsons in this game against the Washington Commanders. Micah Parsons registered 2 assisted tackles and a .5 sack. And it's amazing to me because the people who don't like the stats, they want to run to the stats every time you say, but Micah Parsons is not getting the sacks, he's not getting the tackles, and then they'll say he's being held, the most quarterback pressures, the quarterback hits. They want to run to the stats. But the reality is, we want to see this, we want to see the stats match the film. And the reality is, when I look at these teams, Micah Parsons is eating against the weak teams again. Here he is against the Cleveland Browns. Micah Parsons, 2 tackles, 0 sacks. Here he is against the Dallas Cowboys. 1 tackles, 2 assisted tackles, 1 sack. It's amazing to me. And I watched that game. And the Cowboys handled up on Micah Parsons. Here he is against the Cincinnati Bengals. 3 assisted tackles, 0 sacks. Here he is against the Arizona Cardinals. 4 tackles, 1 assist, and against the Arizona Cardinals, well, of course he had 3 sacks. Who told us the Arizona Cardinals were world beaters? Last time I checked, they're 2-6. Anybody see a theme here? Here he is against the Pittsburgh Steelers. 1 tackle, 1 sack. And then here he is against the Carolina Panthers. 1 sack, 2 assists, 0 sacks. And do you know he had 0 quarterback hits? Tell me anything you want to. Tell me anything you want to. Get mad you want to. I got time tonight. The Cowboys don't play till tomorrow. The Green Bay Packers are 5-2-1. Do y'all realize they haven't even hit the hard part of their schedule either? And they have actually got beat by 2 teams that I don't think nobody would call these formidable teams. Look at this. The Green Bay Packers have been beaten by the 2-6 Cleveland Browns. The Carolina Panthers, now they're a winning team. They not only knocked off the Cowboys, but they also beat the Green Bay Packers. They're 5-4. They got tied by the 3-4-1 Dallas Cowboys, and everybody know our defense stinks. I'm just telling us, man, when you start looking at some of these teams, in reality, the Green Bay Packers have beaten. Green Bay Packers are overrated. And at this point, the Micah Parsons trade is overrated. Because the reality is Micah Parsons, again, is eating on bad teams and nobody wants to admit it. He's eating on bad teams. And he can't hardly do anything on the good teams. You want to see something else funny about this? You want to see why I say it's overrated and his addition is overrated? Do y'all know last year at this same time, the Green Bay Packers without Micah Parsons had a better record? First game of the season, they lost to the Eagles. They were 0-1. They beat the Colts, 1-1. They beat the Titans, 2-1. They lost to the Vikings, 2-2. They beat the Rams, 3-2. Beat the Cardinals, 4-2. Beat the Texans, 5-2. Beat the Jaguars, 6-2. Explain to me again, what is the true impact so far? What is the true impact? Because if we're being honest with ourselves, Green Bay isn't winning this trade yet. Because the Green Bay, if you're telling me you add Micah Parsons, they should actually be undefeated. You shouldn't get beat by the Browns. You shouldn't even get beat by the Panthers. And you definitely shouldn't be tying with the Dallas Cowboys. They are worse than what they were last year. Now, they're 5-2-1. I mean, we're not going to act like they're just trash. But all I'm saying is, they did better last year at this point without Micah Parsons. And the Cowboys, do y'all realize? We were pretty much the same last year. At least of the games that Micah Parsons played, we were pretty much bad last year. And then when the games he came back, everybody want to talk about the most quarterback hits and the most quarterback pressures and all these sacks. The defense was just better than awful. It was bad even with Micah Parsons. Y'all can tell me what y'all want to. You can go back and check the stats. Oh, but the stats don't matter. But then when I tell you he registered zeros, guess what they're going to run? They're going to run to the stats. Y'all tell me what y'all think in the comments. Yeah, I don't care. I got time. I don't care who it makes mad. Y'all tell me what y'all think in the comments. Like, share, subscribe. Hit that notification bell. Until the next time, TC4L. God bless. Let's talk Cowboys where we talk facts. Peace.